Today we are going to go over Python skills number 1, that is basic skills to use Python. And this is for the beginners, like who does not know Python or who knows Python just a little. So I hope this is helpful. First, you can import the other module. That means if you have a hello world.py class module is inside of the same folder, you can call it. If it's not inside the same folder, you have to write the directory. So if you import a hello world, you can use a hello world method. You can see almost on the bottom of this one, it says a hello world main. That means hello world has the main method, and we're gonna call hello world's main method. If I come back, actually Python also can have a main method. When you define a method, you're going to say def, then method name, and parentheses, then colon. Colon means start the main method body. So after you define the main method, if you want to call it, you are going to say if name is main, that means you're going to call this method as a real main to execute only once. You can define the other method in the same way by using the def definition. Like you can think of a define function. So definition define foo method with 2 arguments. So in the main method, it calls the foo method by passing 2 arguments. In Python, every variable is object, so you do not write the type. Even the count, we're going to use a count as an integer, but you don't say that is an integer variable. You don't have to declare it because it's anyway object. When you assign 0, it just becomes integer object. Because a count is an object, you cannot use a count plus plus like you used at Java. Because at Java, integer was a primitive type, so you could add some other like a good operators shortcut, but in Python, you can use only plus equal 1. Then print method, if you want to print in the Python 3 or higher version, you have to put the parentheses. Then you can list multiple things to print by using comma. This means it's going to print the count is then actually count value is currently 1, so it's gonna print count is there was 1 space, and whenever you have comma, there will be another space. So 2 spaces, then value 1. If you want to print same character multiple times or same substrings multiple times, you are going to use times. So actually, this part will print equal 10 times. Of course, there is no space. This is one of the very popular example of making a list. When you make a list, you can use a list, then parentheses, or you can just initialize a list. So this list, food list has 3 string values. Actually, you can put any value, any type in the list. So you can combine number and string too. When you want to go through the list, you may use a for loop. In this case, in means after in, you are going to write the data structure. So food is a data structure. In this case, that food is a list. So actually, this I is not an index. This one is each value of this food data structure. So it's going to print I like apples. Next line, I like oranges. Next line, I like cats. List is actually linked list in circular linked list. So each value is stored into a node. So let's think about like a simple linked list. We can say apple, orange, cat. Actually, this is the single circular. So let's say the index number 0, 1, 2. Then also you can go backward. So if you go backward, 2 becomes -1, -2, -3. Can we keep going? I never tried, so I'm not going to try more than the length of the list. Range is one of the very useful method. Range, you can pass one number. That means it starts from 0, it goes up to 1 less, so 9. If you want to start from a certain number, you can do range with 2 numbers. This means it starts from 2, so 2 is inclusive, but second number is not inclusive, so 2 through 9. When you give range, you can give 3 numbers. Then if I have 3 numbers, the last one means a step, that means a jump. So you start from 2, second number is after you step 3, so 5. Third number will be after step 3, so 8. Then 11 exceeds 10, so it stops. You can use a macro for the string. One of the macro, this one is for numbers, %s, %s. Then if you use a %, you are going to use the next values respectively. So parent 1 will go to the first space, first S. Then parent 2 goes to second S. Then rest will go to the third S. There's another way to do that. That is a format method. If you want to use a format, you're gonna use inside of the string. You're going to define like a curly brace, open close, plus curly brace is equal to curly brace. In this case, you are going to say the string dot format. Then same thing, you are going to pass a parent 1, parent 2, rest. There's another way. You can use it just I'm gonna do the format of the string, so F, then start the string. So quote. After F single quote, then you are going to say, whenever you want to put the variable value, you are going to put the variable inside of the curly brace, then plus, then inside of the curly brace, parent 2 is equal to rest. In this case, that's it. When you want to use a conditional statement in Python, you are going to use if-elif-else. So this one is almost the same as in Java, if-else. First the condition, if this is true, then print. Well, only one thing is instead of the parentheses, we use colon after condition is done. Even else, you need a colon. So if condition colon, elif condition colon, else condition, else no condition colon. You can write this code in one line. That is here, some sample. Those two are doing same thing. If you want to write if-else statement in one line, you are going to start with the statement. When you are going to do when the condition is true. So statement, then you're gonna have if with the condition. Then no colon, then you're gonna say else. In the else, you can write the full if-else statement again. So after else, you're gonna put the statement, then this statement starts from here and at the end. And inside of this statement, you can still say it has if-else statement again. So the first one is true statement when if the following if is true, if condition is true, you are going to do this statement. Then you can see if, then all the second condition, then there is an else, then there is a false case statement. So this is the first page. Now I'm going to move to the second page. You can check what version of Python you are using. So if you want to check the version, you are going to import sys and print sys the version, all lowercase. You can get input from the system or terminal command prompt. Another name, we can say terminal input. That means when you run in the CMD, I can run the CMD here. Actually, with the school computer, you cannot run the command prompt. So you can type some Python code at the command line. So like if I say Python, then I can write a Python code. Like equal to 6, print system version. If I do that, it's going to print my current Python version. If I want to exit of this Python code, I can get out. Also, I can test some program which needs the terminal input. So I'm going to show the example of terminal input. I need to check this. Then I'm going to call a Python file. There's a hello.dog file, so I'm going to say Python hello.dog.py. Actually, my hello.dog.py needs argument because my hello.py has sys.argv1. So this one is expecting one argument from this command line. So I'm going to put a dog file. Then if I run it, it's going to run. Then it will show the picture. Actually, this one is the last page example by using the pillow. So print the pillow version and size of the file, then pixel color, pixel value. If you see here in the same program, it is also asking what is the file name. So I say the dog.png. So if I go back to at the end first of this paper, I'm going to say what it was doing first. So here is the code I just showed. Actually, I changed it a little bit. First, I did not get any value from the URL. So what I was using was not this one. Just to get f, variable f has sys.argv1. That is what I gave as an input from the terminal. Then by using this one, open the image, then get the size and pixel information is printed, then show the image. That's what I did. To do this one, you have to have a pillow. So to use a pillow, that means pillow library, you have to install it because this pillow is not a default set. Also, you can ask input by using input method. Yeah, get a user input. That's it here. If you want to get the input from the user in the IO window, you are going to use input method and ask a user. So show the prompt to the user. Then whatever you get the input from the user will be stored as one string type into a variable on the left side. So if you want to get the integer value, you have to convert the type into the integer by using integer method. In the jGrasp, we can see the pillow check code. If I want to read the system input in the jGrasp, because you cannot see the terminal here, you're going to go to the build and check run argument menu. Then you're going to see run argument is on the top. In this case, you are going to get the terminal input. So you can think about this as a little terminal. Then when I run it, you're going to see the same thing is happening.